Alright, so we're back with the all format challenge. This is match 4. I'm up 3-0. I actually haven't dropped the game yet. But this format is March 2011, which I'm not sure if I would say it's my favorite format, but I think it's certainly the most interesting format. Geez, pretty intense RPS battle here. So yeah, it's a very wide open format. It's also relatively underexplored because the format didn't really last that long. There's only one jump. And this is kind of like one of the few times in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you could say, hey Alan, what's the best deck? And I'd be like, you know what, I really don't know. Which is kind of interesting, I think. But I'm running Frog Monarchs because really the only unfavorable matchup is Glad Beasts. And I highly doubt he's running Glad Beasts. That just doesn't strike me as the thing he would play. So, hopefully I should win. Not that, like, everything else is an auto win. I'm not sure how... I think the Quick Draw matchup is fairly even. That was another deck I was considering playing, was Quick Draw. And of course Glads beats both those. Or at least should. So I'm just going to go into... swap into Treeborn and pass. But I'm actually pretty well this format. The other main deck was Cat. I got first place in 2 regionals in like the span of a month. One was with Cat and one was with this deck. Cat was just kind of like, you know, standard choice. Had a lot of interaction. Took a decent amount of skill to play. So he's probably running Quick Draw. Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's definitely playing Quick Draw, which is a pretty solid choice. I'm not going to fault him for that. But, yeah, I got first place in 2 regionals. So... like, I kind of like the format. I wish we could play it a little more. I think if more people played this format, we might get to the point where we have an obvious best deck. But I don't think we're quite at that point yet. Well, I got a decent amount of avarice fuel now. I think I'm just going to go for the tempo play and play Ryza. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, one of the main differences between this deck and the build that I won regionals with was I didn't play any enemy controllers in the deck I won regionals with. I don't know what my thought process was, but I ended up cutting a Threatening Roar and a Card Trooper for him for 2 enemy controls, not playing the full 3, because in this format I actually get to play Brain Control, not to mention also 2 Soul Exchange. But we're off to a good start here, I'd say. Kind of would suck if he had like a Mirror Torrential, but I think if he had it, he would have played it last turn. So I'm just going to try to push for damage. Oh, Morphing Jar, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I guess he did the Mirror Force. That's fine though, I'm not really that bad off here. But I'm just going to go ahead and avarice all my guys back. Except for the Treeborn. Also kind of had a hard time building my side too, because again the format's very wide open. I didn't really. Oh, I need to draw. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really know what to decide. But I put Vanity's Fiends in my board because I think that's good against Quick Draw. And I got Wing Blast. That's kind of a favorite of mine. And he doesn't have a monster, so I'm just going to play the Stalos and save the Caius. Yeah, so it turned out to be pretty good decision. I'm up quite a few cards here at this stage of the game. And hopefully this doesn't get end phase MST'd. I'm going to spin the back row and tribute for Caius. And then it'll probably be pretty hard for him to come back after that. Worst case scenario would be like him playing a Gores and then finding a way to kill me next turn. Like Gores Brain Control. That would be probably the best thing he could have. And then now I just get to tribute for Light and Darkness, which is kind of nice. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to beat that. This was a very, very one-sided game.